Good morning, 7th grade historians. Welcome to US History class, and happy Bow Tie Tuesday to all of you. I've really missed you. I've really missed school. I've really missed my classroom. I've really missed teaching you inside of my classroom. But through this distance learning, there are a few things I'm thankful for. The first thing is I'm thankful for technology. I'm so thankful that I can make these videos and share them with you, that I can ask you questions, that you can respond to those questions, that you can ask me questions and I can respond to those questions, that we can really stay connected in a little different way, but still stay connected. I really enjoy the answers, the comments that you're making on some of the questions, where I can really see your personality shine through. I'm so thankful for that. The second thing I'm thankful for through distance learning is you. I'm extremely impressed by all the hard work you've been doing. The vast majority of you are finishing every assignment every day on time. I did not know what to expect there. I wasn't thinking that you weren't gonna do it. I just wasn't sure how quickly and efficiently you'd all be able to get your work done. So I'm so thankful for that. I've got a few updates for you that I want to talk to you about just face to face here. So these are the updates. Okay, an update on presidential election 2020. It might seem strange to even talk about this, like maybe you've forgotten that's even going on. It is still going on. There's still a race for president. There will still be an election on November 3rd, 2020. So there's been a major shakeup. Bernie Sanders, who's one of the Democrats running for president, has dropped out of the race. Now that Bernie Sanders is out of the race, it leaves just Donald Trump, the Republican, and Joe Biden, the Democrat. And those are now the two candidates that will be running for president in November, for all intents and purposes. I mean, it's possible something changes, but most likely those will be the two candidates. After Bernie Sanders dropped out, he did now, a couple days later, endorse Joe Biden for president. So that is the update on the presidential election. We'll see if there's going to be debates between Trump and Biden. We'll see how the actual election is going to happen. Are we still going to go out into the polling places and vote face-to-face or in person? Are we going to do mail-in voting? Is there going to be some other method of voting to make sure that Americans stay safe as they go and practice their democratic duty, their democratic job of voting for president and many other important offices? So that's the presidential election 2020 update. If only I had this much money. Hey, you might remember a couple of months ago we did this Progressive Era Reform Movement project where you each made a poster and you were trying to get your classmates to donate money to your progressive cause. And then we collected all those millions and millions of dollars and we found out there was one group that had raised the most money. And then I told you that on behalf of that group, I was going to make a donation to a real organization, and I've made that donation now. It was a $50 donation to the Sheridan Story. And the mission of the Sheridan Story is to provide meals to families on the weekends and in the evenings who aren't able to provide those meals themselves. And the Sheridan Story's need has increased greatly over the past couple of months. As you can imagine, a lot of families have been without work now. They're not getting enough money to close all the bills or to make ends meet. And so the Sheridan Story's need has increased. And when I made that $50 donation, the Minnesota Twins donated another $50 to make that a $100 donation. And a $100 donation will go to feeding over 25 students in Minnesota. So I want to thank these students for their work as the donation was made on their behalf. Those students are Joe R., Molly J., Brenna M., Maddie H., Henry F., Natalie B., Trevin Z., Xavier J., Josie L., Landon R., Lily H., Jean H., Chloe W., Grace K., and Anna D. And so again, I want to thank those students for their work on the Progressive Era Reform Movement. That donation has been made in your name. Okay, we have a new system for distance learning. It is this one Google Classroom page called Daily Attendance Check-In. Every day, the first thing you should do during distance learning is go to this page and answer this question. If you answer the question, you will be marked as present for the entire day in all of your classes. So this is how you actually mark attendance. You don't have to do this for any class, any other classes, or for every class, just one time each morning. And the questions are fun. So have fun with your answers and we love to respond to them. So again, Google Classroom Daily Attendance Check-In is your place for attendance each day. Over the last few assignments, I've asked you some questions that had right or wrong answers, but I've also asked you some questions that don't have a right or wrong answer. It's an opinion. What do you think? And one of the questions I recently asked was, which of these pop culture items are you most thankful for? As I tallied up all of the results, The number 3 item was sports heroes. 20 of you said that you were thankful for sports heroes. Number 2 was air travel, flying around in airplanes. 31 of you said that is the item from the 1920s that you are most thankful for. And number 1, with 56 of you responding, was this: music. All right, a perfect segue into the next question, which was, who was your favorite jazz musician from the 1920s? And in third place, we had a tie. 15 of you chose Cab Calloway, and 15 of you chose Josephine Baker, 2 really wonderful musicians. In second place was Duke Ellington, the composer. 19 of you chose him. And in first place was this man right here, Louis Armstrong. His nickname was Satchmo. And Satchmo was a trumpeter, a singer, and he was really good at that scat music. That was that that kind of stuff. He also sang the song that you listened to, which was Hello, Daddy. Oh, Daddy. He also is known for other songs like La Via and Rose and Oh, When the Saints Go Marching In. All right, so those were your jazz musicians. All right, so the most recent opinion question I asked you was, which of the American sports heroes from the 1920s would you want to research the most? And some of you chose some people that were not on the list, and that is just fine. But of the ones that were on the list, here's the ranking. In third place, a tie between Gertrude Ederle, the swimmer, and Helen Mills, the tennis player. 19 of you selected each one of them. In second place was Rube Foster, the baseball player and founder of the Negro National League. 20 of you selected him. And in first place, with 57 selections, was this man right here. He was the Great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, the Colossus of Clout, George Herman Babe Ruth, the great baseball player. So for any of these figures and any other American sports heroes you can think of, you can go and research them on your own, find out more information about them. There's a lot of info about all of those sports heroes. And in fact, Gertrude Ederle has a movie coming out, I believe this coming fall, called Young Woman in the Sea. There's also a book about it. So if you want to know more about her, that's one place that you can find out more. That's your US history update for today. Time for me to just sit back, relax, and probably enjoy a good book.